Ever find yourself needing an answer, like right now, or a reminder maybe, but you don't want to start digging through apps or even, touch your screen?
Oh, absolutely. We've all been there. Hands full, mid-task.
Right. Juggling things, needing info, or needing to do something without stopping everything else. It's such a common thing these days. Well, today we're doing a deep dive into something many of us use, maybe even daily, but we might not realize its full potential. The Google Assistant.
Yeah.
It's way more than just that voice you talk to. It's actually this incredibly versatile tool.
hmm And what's really fascinating, I think, is that it's not just about simple commands anymore. It's designed to be this pervasive helper
Pervasive, yeah.
across a huge range of devices. Your phone, smart displays, speakers, cars, TVs, tablets,
Wow.
even wearables.
Wow, okay.
So our mission today is really to unpack the sheer breadth of what it can do, show you how it's ready to help pretty much anytime, anywhere.
Okay, let's unpack this. We've got some fantastic insights here that lay out exactly what the assistant can do for you. And maybe more importantly, how easy it is to get started. Often it's just, touching and holding the home button.
Or just your voice.
Or your voice, right? So get ready for maybe a few aha moments on how this digital helper can simplify tasks, give quick answers, keep you connected, and yeah, even entertain you. So let's jump into the everyday stuff first. Those little tasks and to-dos that always seem to pop up, right?
It's a daily grind.
Exactly. Like cooking, staying organized. I remember I was baking once, hands totally covered in flour.
Huh.
And I realized, oh no, I didn't set a timer. Instead of the whole hand washing drama, I just said, set a 15-minute timer for cookies.
It just does it.
It was amazing. So liberating. And it's not just timers, shopping lists. It's brilliant for that.
Oh, yeah. Add eggs and bread to my shopping list.
And then later, what's on my shopping list? Done. No more lost scraps of paper.
For finding that pen that works.
Huh, exactly. Or just, the basics like set an alarm for 7 a.m. A lifesaver for me.
Well, and the thing is, these small conveniences, they really add up, don't they?
They do.
It's not just offloading one tiny task. It's about reducing that cumulative mental friction, all those little routine things you have to remember and do.
Mental friction. I like that.
Yeah, the assistant kind of acts like an extension of your memory, your to-do list.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes your workflow smoother, less interrupted.
Right.
Whether you're in the kitchen, getting ready, or even trying to build a habit like remind me to drink water every morning.
Oh, that's a good one.
Lets you keep your focus on the bigger stuff. It really boosts your daily efficiency.
That efficiency with daily tasks is definitely compelling. But, sometimes the biggest friction points are about staying connected while you're doing other things.
True.
How does the assistant help us, say, communicate when our hands are full or we're focused elsewhere without just adding more mental load?
Okay, so this is where its understanding of language, the natural language processing, or NLP, really comes into its own.
NLP, right.
For a lot of people, maybe you're driving or exercising or maybe have limited mobility. These voice communication features are just invaluable.
Yeah, I can see that.
It totally changes how you interact with your phone, right?
Mm.
Making calls or sending texts possible when typing would be difficult or, honestly, unsafe.
Mm-hmm.
The assistant uses these really sophisticated deep learning models to figure out what you're saying.
Mm.
It converts it to text, analyzes the meaning, the intent.
So it's not just keywords.
No, not at all.
Cool.
It gets the context. So when you say call dad or text on my way, it understands the who and the what.
Okay.
And being able to say, read my unread texts or
Yeah.
read my new emails aloud, that's huge for absorbing info without having to stop what you're doing. It's all about that seamless hands-free connection.
That's a really crucial point about context and safety. It does make a big difference. And speaking of context, we always need to know what's going on around us, right? Like just wondering what's the weather right now before you head out. Or trying to navigate the city. I mean, who hasn't been stuck in traffic wishing they knew a faster route?
Oh, tell me about it.
The assistant kind of becomes your instant local guide there.
And what really stands out is how it uses real-time, location-based data. That's the key.
Real time, okay.
It's not giving you some generic answer. It's giving you your answer, tailored to where you are and what you need right now. So you ask, how's the traffic to work? Or give me directions to the airport. And it's pulling from live traffic streams, maybe your own location history, to find the best route for you.
That makes sense. It's using Google's huge map database.
Exactly. That vast geospatial database plus constant updates from, well, billions of users contributing data points. It just cuts down the effort needed to get that vital info.
Right.
So you make quicker decisions, navigate more efficiently. It's like having this hyper-localized concierge always ready.
A hyper-localized concierge. I love that.
Yeah. Whether you need to find the closest ATM or check what time does the post office close, or even get predictions like, will it rain tomorrow? It's ready.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
It really does feel like that sometimes, getting that instant, relevant info. But it makes me wonder, how does it manage to answer just so many different factual questions so quickly and accurately?
Yeah.
It feels like you have an encyclopedia and a calculator and a translator all in one without opening a single app.
Okay, so that's where Google's Knowledge Graph is the star player. And this is a key part of our deep dive here.
Knowledge Graph. Okay.
Beyond just making knowledge accessible, what's really insightful is how the assistant taps into this enormous web of interconnected facts and entities that Google has built over years.
It's not just search results, then.
No, exactly. It's moved beyond being just a search engine to become more of an answer engine.
Yep.
It understands semantic relationships between things.
Answer engine.
So you ask how many ounces are in a pound, it doesn't just show you a web page link. It directly pulls the authoritative answer from its structured data.
Gotcha.
And that lets it interpret these complex natural language questions and give you precise answers, like instantly. It's fundamentally changing how we get information. We're moving from searching to almost knowing.
Yeah.
It can handle what's 20% of 47, or how do you say hello in Chinese, or how much protein is in an egg, even what is the S&P 500 trading at? Effortlessly.
Yeah.
It just massively reduces that cognitive load again.
Yeah.
You get the answer without breaking your stride with your cooking, studying, or just suddenly curious about something.
That difference between a search engine and an answer engine powered by the knowledge graph, that really clicks. It explains why the answers feel so direct. Okay, so far we've mostly talked about the assistant reacting to what we ask in the moment. But what about making our routines truly seamless? Can it actually learn, maybe anticipate what we need, move beyond just single commands?
Absolutely. And this is where it really elevates itself from just a command taker to more of a proactive personal assistant. We're talking about features like routines and shortcuts.
Routines and shortcuts. Okay.
Yeah, imagine saying good morning and having it automatically turn on your smart lights, play your favorite news briefing, tell you your commute time, and maybe even start your connected coffee maker.
Okay, that sounds pretty good.
Right. It's about chaining multiple actions together, all triggered by one custom phrase you set up.
So you program it.
In a way, yeah. But the intelligence behind it isn't just fixed scripts. It uses machine learning that actually adapts to your habits and preferences over time.
Oh, interesting. So it gets smarter.
It learns what you usually do, yeah. It offers this layer of automation that really weaves the technology into your life more naturally. You're not just asking for one thing, you're kicking off a whole sequence of smart actions that streamline your day.
Okay.
It really empowers you to customize your digital helper in very personal ways. It takes efficiency to a new level. You could set up a leaving home routine, maybe locks the doors, adjusts the thermostat.
Or a workout time routine.
Exactly. Plays your specific playlist, starts your fitness tracker, whatever you need.
That's a game changer. Seriously. That idea of chaining actions, having the assistant proactively manage bits of my day based on my habits, that's where the real deep dive into efficiency happens, isn't it?
I think so.
It sounds like you're essentially programming it without needing any coding skills at all.
Pretty much, yeah.
And speaking of flow, sometimes you just need, I don't know, a bit of fun or just a soundtrack for your day.
Indeed. And while its utility for tasks and info is huge, the assistant is also pretty good at being a personal content curator.
Okay.
Adapting to your mood, your interests. It's not just playing something, it's playing what you want, when you want it. Seamlessly mixing entertainment and info into your day.
Like music?
Sure. Play workout music, or play today's top hits on Spotify. For news, tell me the latest news. Or play the NPR News Summary, keeps you updated.
Or podcasts.
Yeah, listen to Hidden Brain, feed your curiosity. And then there's the fun side. For those moments, you just need a quick break. It can be playful. Ask it to tell me a joke, or sing happy birthday, maybe tell me a fun fact. It adds this little touch of, I don't know, companionship, whimsical learning. It makes it feel like more than just a tool.
Yeah, more than just utility. That's a nice touch. So, wow, we've really covered an impressive range of capabilities today, haven't we?
It's quite a lot when you lay it all out.
Yeah. We've seen how Google Assistant can handle everything from, setting that specific 15-minute cookie timer or easily adding eggs and bread to the shopping list.
The essentials.
Right. To crucial communication, like calling dad hands-free or texting Sam on my way, or even having emails read out. We explored how it acts as that hyper-localized guide for traffic, directions, finding the nearest ATM, checking post office hours.
All that real-time stuff.
Then we dove into its power as an answer engine, using the knowledge graph for instant fax conversions, math, translations, stock prices.
Getting you answers, not just links.
Exactly. And really importantly, we unpacked how it shifts from just reacting to being proactive through those personalized routines and shortcuts, automating whole sequences with just one phrase.
That's a big step up.
And yeah, let's not forget its role as your personal DJ, news anchor, podcast player, and even an occasional comedian or birthday singer.
Yeah. If we sort of connect all this to the bigger picture,
Yeah.
what really stands out, I think, is the profound shift it represents
Oh, so.
in how we interact with technology, how we manage our daily lives. It makes incredibly diverse, complex functions accessible just through natural language.
Right, just by talking.
Yeah, reduces friction, boosts efficiency in ways that honestly felt like science fiction not that long ago.
True.
And that move from simple commands to intelligent, user-defined automation with routines and shortcuts, that highlights a really fundamental evolution, which it raises an important question for you, the listener. As we lean more and more on these intelligent assistants for, well, everything, local info, quick answers, even managing parts of our day proactively, what does that mean? How does it change how we delegate tasks, maybe how we learn, or even how we just curate our own personal space and information flow?
That's a deep thought. It really is a shortcut to being informed and, yeah, incredibly well assisted. And here's where it gets really interesting for you. That power to create those custom queries, those routines, it's right there on your phone.
Easily accessible.
Just try saying, hey, Google, my shortcuts on your Android phone to see what's possible. Or dig into the routine settings in the Assistant or Google Home app.
It's worth exploring.
Absolutely. So what does this all mean for you? Maybe it's just an invitation to try out a feature you hadn't thought about before, or to really lean in and make this tool work specifically for your lifestyle. Give yourself back some time, some mental space for whatever really matters. So think about it. What aspect of its capabilities, especially that personalization and automation piece, will you explore first to maybe streamline your day?